My only problem is it ain't no different messages. It's just the same message.
Exactly.
Every song.
Yeah.
I've
Every
always
female rapper talking about the same shit.
They got it's clones of them.
It's just the same. I mean, we had variety. We had different messages to listen to. We had Outkast. We had the gangster shit. We had Dope Boys. We had, you know what I'm saying, the Commons, the
yeah.
conscious rapping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Here it's all the same shit.
Welcome back to another episode of what's this show called again? Oh, Uncultured Roots.
Roots.
I'm your host 17.
It's your man HM Hersham Bawu. What up? What up?
And it's your man G Fly. What up, though, my babies?
And we back again. Sorry for a little bit of the delay about putting out the episode a little late this past week, but we back on top of it.
We got it out. Yeah.
You had to work out some kinks and everything, but we back in action.
Yeah.
How was your week, man?
It was weekend.
It was weekend. Oh man,
weeks be weekend, bro.
Nah, it was cool.
Days be daying.
Days be daying.
They be damn. Weeks be weekend. Day be damn. Months be monthly. Yeah.
Man.
Speaking of kicks, I know last episode, man. I when letting Hurst talk about his, his trip. I said he half Nigerian and half black. Like all of it ain't black. So I meant to say, I know some of y'all is like, we understand, but I got to clarify. You know how people take shit and run with it. So half Nigerian, half African American.
Yeah, so half Nigerian black and half question mark black.
I'm gonna leave that alone.
I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah, because he said it.
That's what it is.
It's your stuff. So yeah, you have at it, brother.
I'm gonna let him say what it is.
It's a question mark. I need to find out. I mean,
we all do.
Yeah.
It's like a super Arnold Palmer or something.
Right. Might be 99% Nigerian.
Who knows?
Oh,
it's like 50 Cent and like watered down Nigerian on the other side some way.
Oh my goodness. That's what the people who tune in to this show want to hear the most.
I mean,
I'm bullshitting, man. I'm just talking shit. Oh my goodness. All right, well, with all the banter out the way and self corrections.
Yeah. It did. When I heard that shit, listening back, I was like,
sound right.
Man, it happened. What you say all the time? Real G's fuck up. It happens.
Yeah, no, they do. They do.
Yeah, man, it happens.
No,
Then
I'm
they
not.
come back in correct course.
Yeah. It's just so I was like, how I do that? I'm like, nah, I ain't beat myself up bad about it. I just was like, how I do that?
Yeah.
Nah, man, it happens.
Yeah.
Well, all right. we only gonna get into the culture just a touch. We lost Irv Gotti this week. Passed away at the age of 54.
Yeah.
What were they saying? It was a stroke or something?
Yeah, I think it's something.
Yeah.
Probably complications from
from the stroke he had.
It's like the second stroke he done had.
Hip hop, we gotta take care of ourselves, man.
Yeah.
I mean, not just
Going
hip
out
hop.
in the 50s. Yeah. Period.
Especially, I mean, I was about to say, especially our OGs, but it's really everybody.
Everybody, yeah.
Because these young boys is going tomorrow.
Yeah.
And the older G's more so the health reasons.
Right.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, Irv was a legend. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. In this 50 Cent
Pre 50
world
Cent
now,
era. Oh,
yeah, in this more 50 Cent era, because I think after 50, it's like people who just like try to wash away what happened prior.
Yeah,
yeah.
I agree.
And
Y'all think that's long?
we gotta give it to Irv, man. He is a legend. He made, I mean, as a producer, he was dope. I know he instrumental in Jay's career, Jigga.
DMX too.
He's instrumental in X DMX career and Ja. All three of them saved Def Jam at one point.
Yeah,
And that was the main three at Def Jam at that time. And it all came through him.
yeah. People tend to forget. Like, I mean, I know we were young, but we were definitely well aware of Ja's run.
Yeah,
Like
he
he
had hits.
was, like
He
Ja
couldn't
Rule
miss for a
was.
minute. Yeah,
No,
Ja Rule was like the 50 before 50, and
right.
50 was the Drake before Drake. Like these guys had some hella runs. DMX too. You want to include all of that? Yeah,
Yeah.
these guys had some good runs. You know,
he believed
and
he the one believed in DMX.
mhm.
Nobody believed in him like Irv did.
Yeah.
Irv went to bat at Def Jam. Def Jam was like, this guy, he's barking like a dog, and what is this? And he's not gonna sell. Told him, he said, "Get behind me, nigga." This is what he said. That ain't this not me making shit up. It's videos out there. Him talking about this, and he told Leor, "Hey man, you do better when you listen to me and get behind me." That's his boss. That was his boss.
Right.
You do better. Get behind me.
I don't care for that man at all. But anyway,
But yeah, man, Irv is a legend. And
yep.
you gotta give him his flowers, man. And everybody is, like, oh, 50's gonna say something. Yes, 50 is gonna say
Of
something.
course, he's gonna say something. He's
The
50,
nigga done
bro.
got shot behind some of this shit
Right.
and blackballed,
Oh
He
yeah.
which
done-
Irv openly said he tried to
Yeah.
blackball him.
He's not a beef squasher. You know.
No, he
Like,
ain't.
if we enemies to the end.
It's the end. It just happened to be the end. You know what I mean? He didn't really say nothing too crazy.
Nah,
No, he
didn't.
didn't.
He did a
He
little. He did a little trolling.
He did a little. We knew he was gonna troll,
Yeah.
but he didn't go overboard, and he could have,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but he didn't. So rest up to Irv, and condolences to his family, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. You know, we were very fortunate. And I guess
In our time.
everybody. That's what I'm about to say. I
Yeah.
guess everybody would feel that way. We were very fortunate in our area to have the music that we did, and
We was way more fortunate.
the reason why I'm able to agree so much with that is because we had so much of a blend of even our parents' music, the music we grew up on, which is also the music that found its way in hip hop because it was being sampled constantly, and like so we were really getting the golden age of music, and then our music was prolonging that golden age to a certain degree.
And the skill
And then-
level, the MC skill level was
Yeah,
tip top.
Yeah, I say that our era is probably the most best era because as far as pop culture is concerned, we was that middle.
yeah,
It was everything. Like you had beefs and stuff like they have beefs now, but it didn't go that far. It wasn't overkill. Except, the big and Pac situation, that was like
yeah,
that was detrimental.
yeah. That one
But
set the tone to stop all the.
It got kind of a little quiet
Yeah,
to not go that far.
After that.
yeah,
And also, I mean, the music was there as far as it's people who care more about the quality of the music and the sound and everything. And
Yeah.
we had a mix of everything. It wasn't just one thing, it was a mix of everything. I mean, these kids don't even have like no so like what's like neo R&B. They don't got
Yeah.
that. We had that Angie Stones and
Oh
all
yeah,
this
yeah.
stuff.
Jill
Like they don't
Scott.
have that.
They
They don't have a common
no,
anything or a Q-tip.
they got lifeless music, man. And I don't know, call me dinosaur, call me old. Yeah, I just feel like it's lifeless music, it's drug music. You got to take a pill to feel that shit. That's how I feel. Yeah, I know. I could be shut up, old man. I know. I'm the nigga, get off my grass, that type shit. But at the end of the day,
Or
you know,
so it's a good amount of young people who would agree. I'm saying agree with what we saying
oh, okay.
because they listening. They let's act like we can't act like these young kids wasn't listening to our stuff.
That's true.
Yeah, yeah.
They just not they what they doing now is what they trying to come up with on their own. It's just not the same.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean,
So they
I
listen.
would say something more harsh, but yeah.
They
I
listen and they could tell the difference. So
I
some of
know.
them saying that out of like damn it, like it really be
Yeah,
some if they had some hating shit to say, it be really be because they know, oh
Yeah.
man, this ain't it was way better than. Some of them
Well,
know that.
I mean, I don't expect music to sound the same through generations, but my
Mm-hmm.
only problem is it ain't no different messages. It's just the same message.
Exactly.
Every song,
Yep.
I've
every
always
female rapper talking about the same shit.
They got it's clones of them.
It's just the same. I mean, we had variety. We had different messages to listen to. We had Outkast. We had the
right.
gangster shit. We had Dope Boys. We had, what I'm saying, the Commons, the
Yeah.
conscious rapping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Here it's all the same shit.
Well, I've often I mean, I don't mean to interject myself in this, but I mean, all three of us are artists in our own right.
Yeah.
I've often had that same approach when it came for me writing music. When I'm writing songs or whether I'm structuring an album or something that I'm going to put out, I've often thought like, what can I make that I haven't made before? And you know as an artist how challenging that is. You know how hard it is to really be able to pull some shit together. So a lot of times what we find ourselves doing is we end up either writing about past trauma, we end up writing about an event that we either lived through or we seen, or we're writing from the perspective of somebody else, some shit we didn't seen, you know. It's all just tales of
No.
artistry.
Yeah.
It's nothing wrong with it. That's a part of art, the music, and not even just music, but just anything in general. But it's about now, and it's always been that way to a degree. Don't get me wrong. It was like that in our era too, just not as bad. It's about chasing the bag. It's about the almighty dollar. What's working right now? Oh,
Well,
this
yeah,
work. Let me make something similar to this
it's the
because
reason
people
why
gonna flock to it.
it's the reason why that's why it is what it is now.
Exactly.
Because of the money
Because
aspect.
they seen that this works and and this happens when big business get involved with anything that got
Yeah,
some art involved because it become numbers to them because it's business
Exactly.
and they want to duplicate those numbers.
yeah.
So
So
they
you bring
say let this street shit is what do it
the only thing selling is
regardless of ramifications of it.
right.
We're gonna
Talk
do
But
it.
it,
about
but
hating the baby daddies and shit.
it go back to what y'all mentioned in terms of we had more variety. And here's what I say, because I mentioned that on the show before. We mentioned it plenty of times in our conversations. Like the beats were different. You could tell who made what beat.
Yeah.
Most producers had their own style. Like
And
you
they
knew a
didn't have to
Dre,
have
you knew a
tags.
Pharrell.
They
Yeah,
didn't
they
have to have
didn't.
tags.
You knew a
You knew a
Timbo.
Dr. Dre beat when you heard it.
Exactly.
Yes,
You knew a Manny Fresh.
Yeah.
Even though Manny
Yeah.
would come on but he had his own swag or whatever you want to call it. He had his own theme to how he like, and that was what made him him. Like people knew how to stand out and shine at the same time. Like Manny Fresh and Timberland cannot be compared. These are two different, totally sounding brothers.
Yeah.
But they both shine in their own right. That's why I'm like, that's what made our era so great. When you brought up Outkast, Outkast was completely different from Cash Money and all of them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, that was beautiful.
That's why the South won so hard. Because the South, it was Southern music. It had like a lot of Southern influence, like church influence. Like you listen to Pimp C, it's got organs in it.
Yeah.
When you listen to UGK old records and stuff like
the
that,
South.
it sound like the South. When you hear it, you experience the South. Just like I love like West Coast music has been an influence on me because my earlier influence is watching Dre and Snoop in the 6'4". You know what I'm saying? And it sound like the West Coast. Like the video and the sound match.
Yeah.
Like it sound like it looks like like funkadelic Parliament shit.
I mean, and let's call it for what it is. The West Coast had their sound. The East Coast had their sound. The South had their sound, which was it had a little more variety. I'll give it that. It definitely did because it did have some East Coast undertones added to it, but it still added to that Southern. It still put their Southern hospitality in it, which made it its own thing.
All of it have a little bit of East Coast because we all got it. New York was the only thing we could see.
Yeah.
Before making our own shit, because it was like they was the ones who started it off. So everybody was looking at it like, yo, this
we gonna do it our way too.
We want to do that, but then we start tweaking it.
Yeah, and that's what made it more beautiful because it's like, the Midwest, we had our own thing too. It wasn't quite as, how can I say, it maybe didn't stand out as much as the other ones, but we had our own thing too.
We most of the Midwest really took cue for the most part from the East Coast.
Yeah, a lot from the East Coast sound.
It was like East Coast. I guess it was like East Coast Southern.
Yeah, because then St. Louis took more from the South.
They did.
Like, yeah. And it's funny because people when they hear that
Missouri,
that new Jello record.
Yeah.
I heard somebody say that it sounded like Math Hoffa. He was on Vlad. He said he thought it sounded like an old Nelly record. I said it sounded like a Baton Rouge record.
Baton Rouge?
Yeah, like down there. Like down there where Boosie and them from.
Yeah. They kind of had that same kind of
that woo. That sound like some. That to me sound like Baton Rouge.
I wonder how he got a style like that when he young. He new age.
Because they all who
listen to the old stuff.
Well, I think he would get that sound because first of all, it's just the South run everything, and he from the West Coast, ain't he?
I don't know.
I don't even think he from the South. But everybody sound like the South when they ain't from the South.
Right.
I mean, shit. We all started somewhere. Damn it. Shit. We all migrated north. Shit, west. But I mean, okay. So on the side note, man, and we got some other topics we want to get into. This is a touchy one because I don't know much about it. I know a little bit about it, but I ain't been trying to keep up with it.
Mm-hmm.
What's y'all feelings on Nelly?
What you mean?
All the backlash she been getting for performing at Trump's inauguration, I think.
Oh, the backlash?
Yeah, because what's old girl name that
I saw that video.
Yeah, you saw that video?
What's the old girl?
What's her name?
What's the old girl?
Cordelia Lover.
Yeah.
I can't think of her name right now.
She did.
Janelle
Monáe. Janelle, that's it.
Yeah.
Monáe.
Janelle Monáe.
Yeah.
Oh.
You saw that shit.
She went off on Nelly.
She did.
It was
Shit,
like
that was
Janelle
beautiful.
Monáe went off on him.
it was like a party, like a concert or something. And she was on stage.
Beautiful. And they were showing Nelly as she was dissing him. That shit was beautiful.
Was it his song or something?
It was his song. It was over his beat.
I ain't heard that.
She started freestyling to it, but she was clowning this nigga.
Clowning him.
Like we don't.
And they
fuck
just
with
showed
you,
Nelly
you
with the
fuck-
cup
yeah,
drinking like,
look-
because at first he was
Right.
vibing and then he like, oh shit, she dissing me.
I was like,
And I'm
He
like,
was
oh,
there?
it was beautiful.
he was there. He was right there in the crowd. I was like,
It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
That was kind of respectable. I was like, all right, that's
She had no
crazy.
conversation with her. You just went up there.
She didn't say nothing. She was on the stage. just
I ain't
going
mad
down.
at her. I ain't mad at her. I ain't mad at her.
Like you,
I
I
mean,
mean, Tom coon
I guess
ass.
people. Well, I guess people do. Or if they do it there, I would have a conversation with her. Dog, what's up with that? Before I just go up there and just be dissing them.
I agree. I mentioned that last week.
Despite if he says something out of line after that, like, bitch, I do what the fuck I want. It was like, okay, well,
Maybe she did. I don't know. But
that's why I'm asking. Like,
Yeah.
But I mean, but I mean, if you watch Nelly throughout the years, he's always had that mentality, though. You know, he's always been that way. Like I've seen him in interviews where, like, and don't get me wrong, I used to like the guy. You know, my political views are getting in the way. So I'll be honest. Like, why you go perform for this fat motherfucker?
I separate the two.
I used to be able to do that. I can't separate.
The music is one thing, and
Yeah.
how you feel as a person is something totally different. Like
I got you.
When I'm gonna stop fucking with EI because of that, like, it's a good song. Like Country Grammar, it was a great song. Like, he did a lot for the Midwest. He from the Midwest.
I got you.
You got
But
it.
he ain't hurting. He ain't hurting for money or publicity.
But
Nigga,
it's
we
not
know
about
who
the
you
money.
are,
It's not
and
about
you got
the
money.
It's not about the money.
But
It
you
ain't
know
about the
most
money
of
for
your
me.
fan base don't fuck with him. So why would you go perform for him? That's the part that don't make sense to me. Like, why are you hurting your own brand?
That's
He
why.
could be
That's why I
hurting for money.
separate.
We don't know.
Huh?
He
So he
could.
could be hurting for money. We don't know.
We don't know.
Okay.
You know how
All right.
fast
I
they-
stand
You know
corrected.
how fast money go up when they trying to keep up.
I stand corrected.
I listened to
then.
him. I listened. He went somewhere, and I heard him. They was asking him about that, and he was saying, "No, regardless of what it is performing for a president." So he's not. I'm not taking up for him. I'm saying. I'm just saying what he's saying.
Another
I got
thing
you.
he was
that
saying.
shit sound like a cop out to me, but
Another
I
thing
hear you.
he was pointing out all the stuff that like Biden did, like the crime bill and all that shit. Like Trump ain't do none of that.
Yeah,
That's
right.
what I heard. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, here's the thing I get about that. I ain't gonna defend nothing that old motherfucker did, because that motherfucker's the part of the reason why I couldn't get my student loans forgiven. So, and I've been very vocal and out and open about that, even when the motherfucker was in office. So, but Joe Biden didn't sign a fucking crime bill. He voted on that motherfucker. People get that shit twisted. He wasn't president. He didn't sign shit. Like, this is when I keep saying he signed the crime bill. He didn't sign shit, bro. I know semantics or whatever. He voted for that bitch, which don't make it no fucking better.
Yeah, ain't none of them motherfuckers. I don't put my
That's
faith
what
in
I'm
none of them. You know
Look,
what I'm saying?
That's my point. That's what I'm saying.
Any side.
I'm like,
and I gotta think. Is Nelly all his fans the ones that's not voting for Trump? He might have his fan base is probably
A lot
not
of
as
black
largely
people voted
black.
for Trump.
They might be white.
well, I mean, if
And
you
there
look at
was
it
a lot
through
of
that
black
way,
people. A lot of black people did vote for Trump this time.
I mean, 80% of black men didn't, and 90% of black
still.
women didn't.
But
92%.
he had a good enough percent. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm saying, look, whatever he did, whatever he decided to choose to do that. It ain't like I'm like, damn right, go ahead. I'm like, hey man,
That's
I
how
don't
you
agree
feel.
with it. I don't.
So
agree
let me.
with
All right, Fly. Would you perform for him?
it. No, no.
He ain't hesitate, did he? He like, no.
But I'm also my own man, and he's his own man.
I got you. Look,
No,
man,
I'm not-
I agree with you. I agree. I'm looking at it from the standpoint of, Okay, I'll look at it like this. I'll just put it like this. I don't succumb to peer pressure. Worth a damn at all. Like, I know I said last week we need to bring back shame, but at the same time, you can't shame me for a decision that I made. Like, I'm not gonna feel bad about whatever fucking decision I made, as long as I made it right morally. As long as it's a morally upright decision, I'm not gonna feel bad about it. Now, if it's an immoral decision, then of course I'm gonna feel bad about it. But that's why I also said, yeah, sometimes I talk out of both sides of my mouth. Yeah, because I'm the type of motherfucker that, like,
Everything
this
ain't
rules
all,
for me and that
everything ain't
rules
all,
for y'all.
look, everything ain't all black and white sometimes.
It's not.
It's not.
It's
Yeah.
not.
Life
It's
is
really
not black and white.
It's my favorite color, which is
Yeah.
gray.
Yeah.
I always say that shit. My favorite color is gray.
Yeah.
Sometimes
People like, how the fuck can your favorite color be gray? Because I'm a gray ass nigga. That's why.
it's just
Ain't
hard.
nothing black and white about me.
It's hard sometimes. It's just because it falls into that in between. Because I'm saying, like the songs they made back then, I was rocking with them. Just as long as, and like everybody else was, but I don't know who he voted for. He might have voted for him. He might have not.
Look, I assume everybody with money voted for that nigga. That's how I look
they
at
voting in their interest, right?
it. Exactly. I assume everybody, black or white, any motherfucker that had money, and anybody that got stocks in the stock market, I'm talking about heavy stocks, really invested,
Yeah.
$2-3 million or more worth. I assume you voting Republican.
Well, it's like well, go ahead. My bad.
Then you think about those songs you was talking about. What was it? Country Grammar, the Bill Gates, Donald Trump, let me in now.
And at that point, we was all
maybe this somebody he always
at that point we all kind of we didn't look at him like we do now.
Yeah, because Donald Trump wasn't who he is now.
See, now people are ashamed to say that because it's like, oh, he's this person now, and it's like they try to hide from that shit. Like we did not look at him like that back then. That's just being honest.
Been inspired by him somehow.
Because we all wanted to be rich. He was one of those faces of somebody being rich.
Right.
So I'm not about to sit and act like we was not like shit. I want to be rich like Donald Trump.
I can honestly say,
look, I'm not gonna say that I was because I'm looking like that's shit. I want to be rich. Shit.
I mean, but I
didn't know he was this person.
No, I wasn't about to say that. I was about to say something real, but then motherfuckers be like, yeah, right. I'm like, whatever. I'm just leave it alone.
I mean, somebody say what they say. Listen, man. Everybody got their opinion. It don't make it true.
I'm saying I never looked up to rich people or people with money. As a matter of fact, I damn near despise them motherfuckers because I'm not gonna go on a whole tirade about it. But like I'm like a hater when it comes to like rich wealthy motherfuckers. I've always been that way. Because it's like, bitch, what are you doing for the community?
What her just said is what I'm trying to say.
I don't like look up to them. I want to understand their story and how I can take from it to use for myself. So I don't look at them like, oh man, I want to be just like him. Like, nah.
I'm not gonna say what I want to say,
but it's a lot of people
incriminate myself on this podcast.
It's a lot of people in our community that
do idolize.
Yeah,
people.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
I know.
I don't know. What I've learned is I don't know a person well enough to be feeling like I idolize that person.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Right. I don't know him like that.
Absolutely.
Even if I know him, I don't really idolize him. I see what's good about him that I like, that I could probably use and I adapt that to myself. Mm-hmm. But
you're not.
What we saw with him back in we didn't see that. This is why I never put it in the record. Like it was just he's just one of the symbolisms of what it looked like to have that type of success. Now, just like I said, man, those songs was dope songs. I'm not about to act like because Nelly ain't the 2001 Nelly from back in the day that fuck him now. See, I'm not like that. I'm just first of all, I don't throw away people. If I will, back away from them if they alienate themselves too much. It's like
You go
I
too
take
far and
what
say some crazy.
I take what for what it's worth the music that you gave and say, oh, you know, that was I enjoyed that music. That's that. Anything else is like R. Kelly is a perfect example. He's like
So what?
I enjoyed the music when I did, but the difference between him and Nelly is he's making certain love songs, and now you question yourself: is he talking about young girl, or is he talking? And that's the difference.
I
But
think I think people should be going harder on Snoop because Snoop performed there too. But
and Snoop is the biggest rapper ever.
before he performed there, like I think the last inauguration, he made a statement like, "Which one of y'all Uncle Tom ass nigga gonna go perform for Trump?"
Yes.
So that's why people was like on his head a little bit, but
So is it about
they
the
wouldn't
money?
even on his head as much as
So
Nelly.
it's
Though.
about is it about the money?
I don't know. It
No,
could
it's
be.
like
It
anything
seemed
else.
like
It's a fucking popularity contest. People are biased. People have their own, like you say, opinions.
Yeah.
People feel whatever way they want to feel, and they want to condemn Nelly more than they want to condemn Snoop for whatever fucking reason. Maybe because Snoop is out there doing all types of crazy shit most of the time. Snoop is more entertaining than Nelly is. Let's call it what it is.
You know
so
what
it's like
okay, I'm gonna say this. You know what I think it might be? It might I don't know what it is for Nelly because I don't know if Nelly got something out there now he's trying to push or not. But Snoop got a record out.
yeah.
Is it he getting more eyeballs? He chose to do that. He gets more eyeballs regardless if it's good publicity or bad publicity. I don't know.
I mean, whatever. I don't want to spend too much time on this topic because
Yeah.
But
we talking about rich people who I don't really care for.
Right.
And none of these niggas giving me a dime.
Exactly.
So why
So
am
it
I
don't really
burning
matter.
so much time on this show talking about you selfish ass niggas?
Got no opinions.
Look, if this show blow up and the motherfuckers want to come, hey nigga, I heard what you said on that old episode, and I'm like,
Thought you
yeah, I
hated
stand
rich
by
people,
everything
right?
I said, motherfucker. Well, what's the point? I know you rich and famous and could probably have me killed, but you know what, nigga, I stand on what I said, motherfucker. Shit.
I ain't tripping
The
about
fuck?
that. I ain't tripping about that because one, you know, let's say it's Snoop. Like, man, I heard what you said. Listen, man, you know, hey, man, I gotta be true to myself, man.
That's it.
Like,
That's
you know,
it.
I was just like you true to yourself, and you don't want nobody to stop you from saying what you want to say, man. You should know, man. Like, come on.
That's it. And I had somebody challenge me.
And you OG big dog, dude. You know you gonna do what you want to do,
You well past.
and you should do what you
That's
want
what
to
I
do. But you
He
know
well
some
past the
people
age.
are gonna disagree, and that's just something I disagree that you did.
Yeah, you well
Again,
past the age where you should be giving a fuck what anybody's thinking anyway, motherfucker.
And I also think, you know, a lot of people don't be having the full, you know, story. It could be something in the background, like they trying to get somebody out of prison or something.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I give you that. I give you that.
Like,
Because you know he'll pardon a motherfucker in a second.
yeah.
That's not
even
that's
some
not
people
a good
that
thing,
may
but okay.
even some people that maybe shouldn't.
Right, exactly.
Like, well, never mind.
Everything transactional with his ass.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a fact.
So
Anyway.
they could be transactional with him. Like, hey, guys,
Mm-hmm.
look out for me.
I'm gonna keep the rest of that shit to myself.
Yeah, going forward.
No. It's fucking 33 minutes into the show, and we ain't got not a nan topic.
Just talked about this.
So in closing, rest in peace to Irv Gotti.
Yep.
And condolences to his family.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Legend.
All right, well, we're gonna move on to the next topic of the show. I'm pretty sure people have seen the New York woman that's been kind of going bombastic in Pakistan, and she's very
That's the bombastic.
Bombastic.
she's a very interesting character, I could say. So let's just run this clip, and there's gonna be 3 clips. And yeah, let's go from there.
As someone who has traveled around the world, there's one thing that I'm not hearing about this Onaija woman who is currently in Pakistan. Now, her son came out on the internet saying that his mother is bipolar. And a lot of people have been taking that as to why she's been doing what she's doing and why she's currently in Pakistan. But for me, it's much more simpler. Have y'all ever met a New Yorker? Like from any borough, whether it's the Bronx, Brooklyn, Harlem, wherever in the city, every New Yorker I know has main character syndrome. Every New Yorker I know, even when they're wrong, they're not wrong. And are oftentimes the most confident in their wrongness. There's a certain energy with New Yorkers that's like, and so what? So the idea that this woman is even demanding some type of money to fix the infrastructure of the area of Pakistan that she's in does not surprise me one bit. It does not surprise me that whatever story that this woman has created in her mind, she is going to stick to it. I don't care what it is that y'all have to say about this lady, but if all of us collectively had half the energy of this one woman, whether Delulu or not, we could probably change our own condition. Miss Onaija might be on to something. Everybody needs to be taking notes.
She got a point.
Not at all.
Think about the commander in chief.
Oh, she definitely got Trump syndrome.
That's
Not
a
gonna
New
front.
York thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Even when you're wrong, just stand in it.
Now,
Go
like I
with it.
say, I'm gonna get to the clips of showing her actually doing some talking. But I mean, she is going over there acting an ass. I mean, because I'm not gonna front. When I first stumbled upon what was going on, what she was doing, that shit was so cringe to me. Like I couldn't even like. I was trying to watch the shit, but I'm like, why are you doing this? Why are you over there embarrassing us like this? You know what I'm saying? I mean, and that's something about black people. How when we see one black person fucking up, it's like, bro, you making us all look bad. You know what I'm saying?
Embarrassing your own ass.
No, look, I got you. I agree.
Yeah, that is.
But it's a syndrome that was like when you see somebody commit a crime, you're like, man, I hope they ain't black. And then when you find out they not, you be like, thank God, man, because it's like,
I think it's ingrained that it's from Africa. Africa is tribal, so
that's
you
it.
embarrass the tribe, you embarrass everybody.
That's it.
Yeah,
So it goes back to our roots.
I'm glad you said that because, you know, all my life people have questioned whether I was black or not, and I'm like, well, I'm looking around at the family I was born into. These some black motherfuckers to me. So I don't. What am I? What was I? Just born out of thin air? They just conjured me in a lab somewhere. You know.
I think sometimes when people say, "Are you black?" I guess they be trying to not say skin color. They saying black like as in, are you culturally black? Like what's your mind state?
Right.
Cause I tell you something that what's his name? I forgot his name. He used to yell at the reporter. He passed on now. Every time he used to yell at the reporter. But he said, and I'm probably gonna remember his name sometime after. But he used to say, "Oh, Dick Gregory." He used to say, "White is not a color; it's the attitude." And then, when he said that, I was like, "Damn." So I think that's what some black people be trying to say, but they don't know how to say it. Like I guess they just be like, "Yo, are you black? You like, do you got that brother swag and all that type of shit? Like that type of shit."
I mean, I don't know.
Black
man.
look all kind of black is different, all kind of shit.
That's what I was about to say because it's like, and we gonna get back to this woman, but I'm saying, I just go off my own life experience, growing up in the city, growing up in the hood and shit.
Black experience.
Yeah, everybody's black experience ain't the same, and for mine, it was more so. Sometimes I fit in, a lot of times I didn't.
Yeah,
and the times where I wasn't trying to fit in, they fit me in. I'd be walking to the store. And especially when I was a teenager and I had a full beard at 15. So I'm walking to the store You got these old niggas talking about, hey man, got the trees, nigga. And I'm like, do I look like I smoke? Apparently I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't fucking smoke.
Man,
You
Mine
know what I'm
was
saying?
opposite.
Man,
I would go to the store. I would walk to the store, and the fiends would walk up to me like, "Hey, what you got, man?" I was like, "I don't sell nothing, man."
that's what I was about to say. Shit, man. We from the east side, man.
Yeah.
You would have went to the store with no beard, and they were like,
You're right. What you got?
they would sell you weed or ask
They
if
try
you
to
sell
sell.
weed.
You're right. They try to
Yeah.
sell or buy.
But that's just
'Cause
the interesting.
I definitely got asked did I
Yeah.
sell weed,
Well, I'm just
or do I got the
thinking of.
tree,
Yeah. Well,
or
yeah,
do
it
I
wasn't
want
just
tree,
weed they was asking for?
or that too.
I'm just thinking about my experiences in terms of people. Obviously we used to all roast each other back in the day. Well, they don't call it roasting, flaming, whatever. You know what? I'm using
Capping.
our terminology, nigga. I ain't using none of this new shit.
We used to call
But
it capping.
If they call it flaming, that's old too.
Yeah, flaming.
yeah, that's old. Yeah. We used to call it capping until they changed the shit. They stole our
Yeah.
shit
Now
and changed it
Yeah.
around.
Now Kevin is lying.
It's lying.
That's ridiculous, man.
We called it fronting.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Man,
Anyway,
front ass nigga, capping ass nigga.
Exactly.
Right.
Same shit, just change the
Same
words
shit.
around. But my experiences was, I was in that nerd territory because those were the people I was the most comfortable around, and that's what I didn't understand. It's like, black folks could be nerds too. Black people like anime, which is popular now, which is okay all of a sudden, but black people, okay, like I was just telling y'all off mic about my son and his wrestling. That's not a predominantly black sport.
Mm-hmm.
It's more black people in it now than it was 2 years ago that I see. But it's like in the black community, let's say in the hood, you know how it used to be. Oh man, what sport you playing football, you basketball? No, I wrestle. Wrestle? The fuck? You know how a nigga mindset to be. You wrestle.
Right.
The fuck is, because that was foreign. You know what I'm saying? But it's like,
I mean, I experienced when somebody said wrestle, I didn't really hear too much people who said it like that. They were more like just dismiss it.
well, that's a form of it.
Like they weren't already like nigga wrestle. They were more so like, oh,
It's different.
yeah.
I'm saying, but you got those different.
There is some people that will probably.
That's why I say
Yeah,
we not a monolith.
yeah.
So we
Yeah.
got people who will overreact. You got some who will, like you
Right.
say, dismiss it and be like, but you don't know what you rolling the dice with person to person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm saying it's acceptable in this day and age for a black person to maybe deviate into something that's not the norm.
That's not norm.
Yeah, it's more
Yeah.
acceptable now than it was in our era. And I love that for my kids in their era. Like, they don't have too many, I hate to say, and you got a daughter, Hirsch. I hate to say, but they don't have a lot of technology is good. But in terms of the world, it's better, as good as I do. Shit just get worse every year. And people can try to be optimistic and try to say, oh, but man, come on now. We all know it's getting worse every year. We can try to make it better because that's our job. That's what we're supposed to do. You're supposed to try to make the world a better place. But unfortunately, many people, they don't have that same mentality because of they struggling with bills. They don't have enough money. It's, a plethora of problems will cause you to have a fucked up outlook on the world. And so, as much as I try to tell my kids, like, hey, you got all these opportunities I never had. You got all types of gizmos and gadgets in the form of technology shit we never had. Even this right here, this wasn't possible when we was in high school. Not like the way it is now. You would have to go to a studio
Right.
to do this shit. Now we can just do it from the comfort of our own homes.
Well, maybe people was doing it. It's just it's not how it is now.
Well, that's what I'm trying to get at. Yeah.
Like people had homes, like even with music, people had home studios back in the day. It's just
Yeah, that's
you
true.
had to fork up a lot of money though.
Yeah, you had that bread
Trust me, because when
to put that together back then.
because back when me and her started, when we was doing music, first started out doing music in our teens and high school and shit. Like after we realized that going through the studio was gonna cost a lot of money, but we still wanted to do music, so we was trying to figure it out. That's when he came across like a couple programs and stuff. Like he found Sonar and he shared Sonar with me with that, and then he ended up finding a reason, and then that was it right there. Like
That's because it's ironic, like that, like y'all two journey was sort of together
yeah,
versus me and Kadario journey was sort of together. You see what I'm saying?
well,
Like
because he was part of. Dario was part of mine.
yeah.
Because
What I'm getting at,
before I started, before Hirsch got into that, before we started to try to record music, because we would just write and we would rap in school.
yeah,
But Hirsch used to, well, before me and Hirsch started linking up at the outside of school, like Dario came over all the time, and he would come in the basement. That's when he started rapping, because I told him, like, you could do it.
yeah.
And he was like, yeah. I'm like, write about what write about whatever you feel.
I was speaking from the aspect of like I wasn't around y'all when you was like talking about like the beat making software and all that, because my uncle had gave me Fruity Loops, and that's not the first program I had, but
right,
that was one of the programs that I had that I was making beats off of, and that's why when you brought it back to people was having home stuff in their basement, like I had the producer thing, I was doing that, but I didn't have the microphones.
Me either.
Because y'all was ahead of in the rap shit. Like I didn't start rapping until 17 years old, but I was always interested in actually making beats. So that was actually my first passion, was to make beats versus to actually rap.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously rapping just comes natural, but it was always, I wanted to focus on the beats first.
I mean, that was
yeah.
Oh, he reconnecting. Okay, so like when Hirsch got the programs, we was out of high school at that point.
Yep.
Yeah.
But my first program, I can't even remember the name. I know it wasn't Fruity Loops, but it was something. It was before Fruity Loops.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like,
I had a couple
like
of them too.
Cubase or something.
It wasn't even Cubase. It was something else.
Mine was.
But whatever it was, it wasn't beginner friendly. It was like for people who already know what all the stuff about music production. They already have to know what it is. So I didn't know how to work it. And besides that, I had like a little DJ controller. And this is before how they are now, where a lot of people use DJ controllers. It was like one of them first ones. And I was making beats using that. And Kadario would come down to the basement. Well, we would name it the boiler room.
Yeah, I remember y'all said that.
And yeah, because it was like my desk and stuff was right by the furnace. So like I would make beats on that shit and just be, and he would think it's dope, and we would just rap to that shit and all that. About time Hirsch, this is like when Hirsch started finding the programs. This was either during. No, I think it was during, like, in the middle of Pre-Fame 1, going into Pre-Fame 2.
Yeah. Because I made some beats on that Pre-Fame 1.
Yeah.
Like the intro and shit.
Yeah. Like,
I listen to it now, I'm like, But at the time, I was like, this shit rocking.
And that's all that matters. See, that's all that matters, is that you liked it.
Yeah.
So we around pre-fade, like it was middle of pre-fade 1 going to pre-fade 2. Pre-fade 2, I think Easy helped with putting that together.
Mm-hmm.
So we was up there at the disc.
Yeah.
And a couple of sessions, I'll go up there with her at the disc, and he do a couple of sessions. That's where you learn. What's the dude? Matty?
Matt, yeah. The
Yeah.
legendary disc.
Yeah. Eastside's legendary disc.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I remember my mom, she used to deliver newspapers over there in East Point,
Mm-hmm.
and she found that place.
Yeah.
That's when that's how we got introduced to it, because she found it, and she was like, "Yeah, no, you could probably go and save your money and go over there and record in the studio." So we went,
Right.
and I checked it out, and I got the information, the paper, and I came back and I gave her some information, like, "Yo, man, it's the studio over there."
Yeah.
So that was then. That was like,
Mhm.
felt like a long time ago.
Right. It was a long time ago.
But yeah, man, like, I don't know, man. This shit changed up so fast. It's nowadays it is a little bit more easier to have shit in your house.
Yeah, everybody got it.
Before that, I used to be like, dang, nigga, I'm trying to. I would be on Guitar Center and be looking at shit online like, dog, one day. You know, half of the shit I said, one day I got that shit.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And it's also crazy. We got so fucking far away from the topic.
Like we always do.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, as soon as I
forgot
noticed it as I was talking, and I'm like, this ain't got shit to do with the fucking clip.
The crazy lady. I mean,
Where did we start? How do we get way over
This
here?
ain't got shit to do with what we was talking about. And I'm
it ain't
like,
got nothing to do with that lady.
but anyway, okay, look,
Y'all
because
got some free shit.
that's a show in and of itself, like
Yeah.
that conversation, like, because there's so much we not telling y'all.
Put a pin in that.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna call it crazy. I'm just gonna say the Trump-like woman
I'm gonna say
over here.
kind of crazy.
I'm gonna play this next clip from her.
Yeah,
What
I was
you
about
got to
to
say?
Because I didn't really
Yeah,
watch the whole
it's-
thing through. So
no, yeah, so we gonna run this one. This is the first of two.
Make sure y'all get this on your camera. I'm married to Nidel Hamid. I'm Onaija Hamid. We are moving to Dubai very soon. We're going to have our baby in Dubai.
Where is your family now?
It's private. I'm Muslim and it's against my religion to tell y'all my business. Have a nice day.
Onija, where have you been last 3 months and have you reached Ahmad?
Excuse me. I just said it's against my religion to tell you my business, okay? I'm fine. Thank you.
Okay.
I got questions.
I mean,
so what's the?
she didn't say much crazy there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna play the second one. I don't know if it's much better.
Well, hold on. Hersh,
Mhm.
you ain't up on the
Yeah,
topic, right?
I'm not up on it. Yeah.
So this lady, she's 33 years old.
Mm-hmm.
To give this context, she's 33 years old. She has an online relationship with a 19-year-old that's in Pakistan.
Catfished him.
Oh, she catfished him.
Yep.
So she goes over there to Pakistan and try to, I guess, is she married? She tried to marry him,
Yep.
and his family said absolutely not.
The mama definitely had a hand in it.
As they should.
And now she's making a spectacle over there and demanding money and housing and stuff over there.
She was
That'd
talking
be-
about, I need $100K cash for me to talk and say anything else. I'm like,
For what? But why is she asking for money though? I don't get it.
and then she was complaining to the Pakistani government, y'all need to fix this stuff. You know, it's no reason why it should look the way it look over here. It's like, woman, they got
Why
You
bigger
ain't even
problems.
why
from
you
here,
even
right?
over here? Why you even over here?
Exactly.
You not even a citizen.
That's the whole thing, man.
How can you go over here and say you need to do this, you need to do that?
Y'all
You're
need to
not a
fix
citizen,
this.
huh?
Well, fix it for him. Fix it for him. Since you,
She ain't got no money. That's why she asking them.
That's what I'm saying. Since you got everything together, fix it for him.
It don't make no sense. It's just like people that go over there to Dubai and they see them wearing garments and stuff on their face, like we said about the woman that one time. Didn't we talk about that? I don't think we did. Like, it's a video where these women went over there and they was making fun of this woman who they wearing the garment. You know, the women dress up and they, I forgot what they call them.
Burka?
I'm not sure if that's it. You know where they cover themselves up.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
I thought it was a burqa. I could be wrong, but I don't.
I don't know. Is it G? I don't know what. I don't want to.
No, I could be completely wrong.
I don't want to say. I don't want to. Say and that ain't what it is.
Well, that's why I said I could be completely wrong. That's why I'm like, I don't like.
But to get through this, man,
you would think I would know because everybody confused me for being Arabic, but yeah, I don't know shit.
But anyway, the girls was making fun of these ladies wearing that, and it's like you over in their environment.
This is their culture.
That's what they do. Yeah,
exactly. So how you making fun and talking? That's why I don't feel for them when they go over there and they be acting up in that culture, and it's their culture over there, and y'all get thrown in jail.
yeah.
Like, I don't feel bad.
You gotta know how to respect your environment.
Yeah, so I don't know why this lady over here acting up the way she acting up. That's why I say she might be unstable or something.
I have a policy of I can't feel bad for everybody. That's my policy. Like, and I know it sounds messed up, but like and don't take this the wrong way because I don't want no harm to come to this woman. I just want her to get the fuck out their country and bring her ass back here.
Yeah.
To where she can be, thrown through the ringer in terms of verbal judgment. Like,
right.
I mean, but I still don't want no harm to come to her. Like, I would never advocate that. She's still a black woman, even if she is on some other shit, to put it kindly, I just don't want nothing happening to her over there because they ain't got the best track record in terms of safety over there. For people who don't know much about Pakistan, and it's not the entire country, but they have a wee bit of a terrorism problem over there. So it's like, come on back to the U.S. I mean, it ain't that much safer over here, but it's you just mainly got to worry about being shot. You ain't got to worry about being blown up unless you're dealing with that specific type of crazy, because they exist over here. Don't get it twisted.
Yes, sir.
But
listen,
most of the time, shit ain't blowing up. Just bullets flying left and right.
You're American too, so it was like,
yeah,
you got the best reputation right now.
They grab your ass up,
right?
Yeah.
So, lady, you better pack, or you gonna be standing your ass in somebody's.
You're right.
They gonna have your ass tied up, and your family and the government over here gonna have to be trying to get some shit together to bring your ass back home. Like,
yeah, you don't want to go to one of them countries where the punishment is they hang you upside down and take a paddle to your ass.
Shit, man, you seen what some of them terrorist groups do? They cut your head off.
Yeah,
man,
on camera.
That's why I want her to. That's why I want her to just come back home. They do
to women over there too. Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to come back home. I would feel a lot safer.
Hirsch, what you just said, that's why it's crazy.
Yeah.
She going over there saying all that. These dudes will slap the shit out you. Man, what?
Yeah. Yeah, she got to be a little off.
They ain't even that. They don't really have too much women rights over there, right?
I
Hell
don't
no.
know. Yeah.
Shit.
You a whole woman going over there asking for all kind of rights and throwing weight
Right.
around and like.
I mean, it's not as bad as like Afghanistan.
Yeah, that's what I was
And
saying.
Afghanistan didn't used to
Pakistan
be
is the
that
same.
bad.
Yeah.
It didn't used to be that bad. Like, and I had to
Iran
learn
and
that. Like
Afghanistan.
Afghanistan in like the 70s,
Mhm.
like they had schools and
Yeah, they were starting to.
yeah, they were starting to liberalize and
That's
become
why
more
that's why.
westernized. They had more freedom. Women were over there walking around, going to school,
That's
college,
why
and
Taliban kind of.
that's
kinda
exactly
rose
what
up.
happened.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what happened. They took them back.
Y'all getting out of hand over here.
Exactly. That's exactly what happened. They were free. They didn't have to dress up. They was
Yeah.
it was almost like here, almost.
Mhm.
And then that super hard right religious shit came in
Took
and it was
over.
like, nope, we taking y'all back to the Stone Age.
Yeah.
And that's exactly where it's been ever since.
Mhm.
And it's just sad where you let these governments come into power. This is I know this is some radical thinking, and I don't ever want to say nothing that's gonna cause something to fall back on me if something happened to me. But it's just I have these liberal thoughts where it's like, man, why is it that I have to follow somebody's rules and laws? Is it because, oh, you have the stronger army, you have the military,
Yep.
you killed the natives and took over this land and made up a whole bunch of cockamamie laws?
Yep.
You put into laws that, hey, you can't do this because this is the shit we did to take over this land. So you can't do it because we don't want you doing it to us.
Yep.
Mhm.
And it's like, so everything we did to establish this motherfucker, y'all can't do that. That's against the law. That's illegal. Why can't we do that? You did it. Well, we did it because we're in charge. I just be thinking like,
as far as the United States is concerned, that's why it's been holding on to power like it's been over here.
but it's not even just the U.S. It's all the governments of the world,
No,
including
I agree, but I'm saying this is exactly as far as this country is concerned. That's why.
Absolutely,
It's like,
absolutely.
we're
Like
gonna make it.
people
We're gonna make it. Y'all think twice if we even trying.
Mhm.
exactly. So it's might is right. They try to say it's the rule of law and not the law of the jungle. George Herbert Walker Bush said that. But in all reality, it's might is right. I got the
Mhm.
power.
Yeah,
I'm in
so
control. Do what
everybody
the
gonna
fuck
do
I
what I
say or
say.
die.
The way I
That's
want it to be
essentially
done.
what it is.
Yeah.
That's the truth. Then you could disguise it under, oh, well, it's a democratic society. Well, it's a democracy. All that, but in all reality, is follow these rules, or
Mhm.
you get locked the fuck up. We take your time, which is your life. We
Mhm.
take your life from you.
So what's the third clip?
Yeah, because that's a whole nother topic for. I swear, some of this shit I
You
can
know
make
we
an
going-
entire
We
show.
can make
That's
it.
what I'm saying. I can make an entire show off that shit. All right, it's a third one.
I feel great, Shabana.
You want to go back your country?
It's private, but no, I do not. I'm from Pakistan now.
How Pakistan helped and take care of you?
Shabana, would you like to speak, Shabana? Okay, she's been
Shabana's
taking
on.
care of me. Thank you very much.
Taking care of yours.
Yes, everybody. This is my team.
Okay.
Yes, hi.
Now you are feeling well.
Yes, I'm going for sonogram.
Okay.
Yes.
ओके बिल्कुल सचो शबाना जलानी के साथ बहुत मुतमईन है ये खातून और बहुत खुश नजर आती
I'm so lost.
Oh, these stories don't write themselves.
Right.
That's why I say
Yeah.
shit. I'm just like, what
Hope she
can I
get some
say?
help.
What can I say?
Hope she get help because she seemed a little touched. No, I'm serious.
Oh my god.
She seemed like she got a mental issue.
I think I saw.
She said worse. I didn't have time to find the shit. She said much worse.
Yeah.
And that's the sad part. And that's why I was like, I just want her to come home.
Get some help. Yeah.
I just wanted to come home. That's it. That's all I want for her. I mean, I'm trying my best here, fellas. I'm trying my best. I'm trying because we are in a climate, at least here in America, we are in a climate where it's like I'm not trying to put none of our sisters down, right? Especially this past election and all the black women being hurt. I'm saying for me personally, like I just want the sister to come home and to get the proper help and guidance, because trying to say I'm from Pakistan now. What do you mean now? No, that's not how this works. Okay, I can't go to Canada and say I'm from Canada now. They're gonna be like, take your black ass back across the border. Get your black ass out of here.
That's what it sounded like they were saying. Like,
you can come
want to
visit,
go home now?
But yeah, no, that's exactly what they're insinuating. Like, so
do you want to go home now?
TikTok, motherfucker. How long you plan on staying?
Well, what you doing?
It's like, no, I'm from Pakistan now.
We got enough motherfuckers over here that we need to feed. We don't need no extra ones.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
You see the lady on the side. She tried to ask her to speak. She was like, "No, you go ahead."
She like, you go ahead, keep digging that hole deeper for yourself.
She said, "I don't want no parts." But I think I've seen it in the New. I don't know. Is the New York Post credible? I think it is, right?
New York Post is credible to a degree. I mean, it all depends. It all depends on what you're looking for. It's a right-leaning organization. So
I don't know, the video I seen from New York Post on YouTube was saying that her son was saying she like bipolar.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It seemed like she got some mental issues.
Well, yeah, you can definitely read that.
Yeah.
But like I say, I'm not gonna sit up here and in other words, I'm not gonna critique the young lady. She ain't really a young lady. She's damn near our age. So
that's why I got questions.
Yeah, I just want her to be better. I want her to get home. That's the whole thing. Just come home.
I'm like 33. What's up with somebody that's 19-year-old in a whole foreign country?
All the way there.
Yeah, because you can't get past the fact, because that's how I was brought aware of the story when they were saying you can't get past the fact that she catfished him. He was thinking that she was a white blonde. And then when she got there, obviously she ain't that. So from what they were saying is he was actually willing to go along with it to a degree. But the mama intervened, was like, hell no. This ain't it.
What's up
he was
with him?
Willing to go along with it even after he saw that she catfished him?
How when you was trying to get a blonde haired white woman? This whole thing, what's going on here?
I don't know how much of this shit is real and how much of this shit is staged.
Boy, what's going on? What's going on here?
That's why I say I'm lost. She lost too. They all lost.
God bless
that
lady, man.
Right.
God bless that lady, dude.
Yeah, I'm
God bless everything that's going on in this situation.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna move on from that. I'm gonna move on from that.
God bless you, lady.
It's that off mic stuff we was talking about. I told you she was gonna make a way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes,
anyhow.
Sir. Boat. Part 2.
My God.
And the guy in 66C still ain't got his vitamins.
Oh my God.
Been buzzing for the last 2 minutes.
I ain't saying nothing about that. Anyhow, we're gonna move on to the next topic because we trying to keep everything in check. My last thing I say about this young sister, I just hope she make it home safely. so she can get the proper help and guidance and the attention that she probably needs. As you know, we shouldn't be out there. I don't want no harm to come to her. That's the whole point. That's the main thing. I just want her to make it back here. That's it. Just come on back home. So, anyhow. So the next topic is not much of a video. But we have to bring this up because by the time most people see this, I'm going to try to get this out as soon as possible. But by the time most people see this, the Super Bowl probably has been happened by now already. So before we get into it, who y'all going for?
Man, the Detroit Lions.
They're not in the Super Bowl.
Who in it?
I would love for them to be in the Super Bowl.
Who in it? Because after the Lions lost,
they lost. It's Philly and Kansas City. Mahomes is going for a 3-peat, which will be
probably gonna get it.
Yeah, because the refs,
Yep, the refs.
The refs. If you touch him, you throwing the flag.
And let's call it what it is. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of Philly.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not a fan of they teams or whatever.
I would prefer them to win over Kansas City, though.
That's what I'm about to say. But when it comes to the Chiefs, it's anybody but.
Yeah.
Okay. If it was the Ravens, I'm going for the Ravens. If it's the Bills, I'm going for the
I
Bills.
would much rather the Bills.
Well, look, listen. My cousin, I got some family that live in Buffalo, New York, and me and my cousin, we was chatting up a little bit. During the season, and he had texted me. He was like, "Hey man, when the Bills played the Lions, he was like, hey man, nothing personal, nothing personal before the game." Because I'm like, oh no, it's gonna be a good game because they was both good teams. They both had really good records. And when the Lions lost, I'm like, you know what? Good game. I'm not even mad. Like I wasn't even mad at it because I'm like, the Bills is a good team. We didn't lose to no bums. You know what I'm saying? We lost to a good fucking team.
Right.
And they almost made the Super Bowl. So it's like, hey, I can't really be too mad. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not rooting for Kansas City.
Yeah.
That's just a media job, man. I just can't do it.
I mean, after every play, they show Taylor Swift. It's like, man, what is
it? The Taylor Swift?
What is this? Oh, he's watching football.
That's why I said it's just a big fucking media job, man. I can't
stop putting that damn camera on Tay, man. Nobody care about that shit.
I'm not even calling her that.
See her high-fiving somebody and doing a little dance and shit. Like,
man, y'all gonna cut to her every 2 minutes.
Every 2 minutes.
I ain't watching it. That's gonna be safe.
Anyway, the reason I brought that up, it says the ridiculous reason some racists are threatening to boycott Super Bowl LIX. I don't know what the fuck that is in Roman numerals. So 50. I don't know. I'm not finna embarrass myself on this shit.
Yeah,
I already said I don't know. Or 60? I don't know.
I want to
50?
say like 60 something.
Yeah, I'm looking it up.
69 or something.
It ain't 69. Your nasty ass. Them intrusive thoughts coming through that mic. We know what he doing after the show.
Getting ready for that boat.
It's 59.
Oh my God. It's 59?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I figured it was probably still in the 50s. But the reason is, let's see what it says. Conservative NFL fans are demanding a Super Bowl boycott after they discovered that the Black national anthem will be performed on Sunday in New Orleans. Over the years, Lift Every Voice and Sing has been sung during the NFL pregame events and has always sparked some type of controversy.
So they've been doing that.
They've been doing it.
So why y'all mad this time?
Because it's on the biggest game and on the biggest stage, and they don't want it being sung because they don't like black people.
Are they not singing?
But they want to watch black people play.
Are they not singing the national anthem or something?
They are definitely singing the national anthem.
I mean,
so y'all should shut up, stop crying.
Exactly. What's wrong with lift every voice and sing? What's wrong with saying we can't have our own national anthem? You're all supposed to be Americans.
If it wasn't
Oh,
called Black
right.
National Anthem, they wouldn't care.
Of course. The minute we touch anything, they either want to steal it or kill it.
Is the game gonna be on after that?
Mm-hmm.
So what is y'all tripping
Which
about?
is why I hope Kendrick Lamar does his absolutely worst in terms of, I mean, his best. But I want him to do the most damage at this Super Bowl to a certain Canadian rapper.
His biggest stage.
Y'all not like us. Y'all not like us. Y'all not like us. Like, come on, man.
That's the new Black National Anthem.
Get over
Shit,
y'all.
damn near.
Get over y'all's feelings.
Absolutely. I mean,
Mustard.
oh my God. My
Somebody
God.
got to do it.
I mean, but look, these people, they feel super fucking emboldened because they guys in the White House. And in a sense, I'm at the point where I can only see one positive thing about Trump being elected. It's that people gonna come out and show who the fuck they really are. Right? Because I've said this numerous times. I'd much rather you show me who you are than hide it. You know? But even they still hiding it because when they go out there and do their little marches and shit, they still got their little funky ass mask on. They don't want to be identified. And I'm like, why you don't want to be identified? Why? Because in all reality, it's more of us than it is of them. They just louder until we get loud. And then, you know, unfortunately, you know, shit start going up in flames.
Man,
And
y'all
then
said
they,
y'all.
it don't be us, it be them.
Man, wait, man, whoever it is that's tripping about this, man, sit y'all sensitive asses down for the like little 5 minutes it's gonna be. You ain't even gotta watch it.
Yeah,
Turn
it on after.
The Super Bowl still gonna be going on. That's what you tune in to watch the game.
Exactly.
Why is y'all complaining
You
about
in
this?
a southern state with a lot of history, Negro history. It's Black History Month. I mean, what the fuck? What do you think they're gonna do?
Exactly. Well, I mean, whatever. All right, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to this next topic.
All soft asses, man.
Yeah. So this one is the video. This is the one Cadario sent. And it's called The Last Goodbye.
So someone posted, my husband is making us fly home for our honeymoon after one day because he found out I sent my ex a simple goodbye text on the morning of our wedding. Bro, what the It was a goodbye text, for goodness sake. Not an I will always love you text. Not a drop everything and meet me at the altar text. I needed to say goodbye to have closure on the unmarried part of my life. Please tell me my sensitive / nostalgia girlies understand. Oh no, anyone that understands this is mentally ill. Why would you send a goodbye text as if you just saw him? Do you know what I mean? It's like, hell no, you're making up excuses. Hell no. You definitely just saw that dude or some shit like that, because there's no possible way you're saying, oh, goodbye, and then you're saying, oh yeah, it's just for closure. No, you just saw him. Stop playing.
That's absolutely no. Absolutely no.
Go off, my brother.
I'm gonna say what I said in the group text. To me, from what I gather with this, it seems to me that she's got in a situation with the new guy without take care of her situation, or she just didn't heal or fix that shit before she got into it with this new dude, and she trying to escape accountability for what she doing. Like, how you need closure and you in a whole nother relationship and got married? Where, like, how do you need closure at this point? And to me, and I think I think y'all agree, you probably been in contact with dude. and it sounds like a last call text. Like, this is it. I'm married now. Like, why do you feel the need to have to go and contact this person? You in a whole marriage now, and you just in a whole relationship, and now you married, and now you sending a text to do. Yeah, my man was right for cutting it short, and taking yours back home, so he could rethink things, because you ain't acting wifey right now. And we all know that when women usually be done with dudes, they done, and not messing with them no more. So that tells me a lot.
So Hirsch, we were there the day you got married. What if you found out Kay did some shit like that? How would you have reacted, my brother?
Man, he tripping. He's supposed to let that girl
Oh
text
God,
her
he
ex.
turned on Terry's corner.
You supposed to be secure, man. You gotta let her text whoever she want, man. She can text her ex.
Man, that nigga
You know
secure as a bank vault.
You gotta,
He's secure as hell.
you gotta let her do what she want to do, man.
Hell no.
I'm
saying,
shit.
Yeah, I know you bullshit, though. Boy.
SIMP.
Nah, man, hell no. If you thinking about your ex the day before you got married, then she ain't for you. Cause if she about to get married, that means y'all been together for a while. And if she's still texting this nigga, that means she ain't stopped texting this nigga.
Exactly.
So before she says I do to you, she still got somebody else on her mind. That means she ain't for you. So
exactly.
I would break it off and run.
I mean, I'd break it off, but I'd probably skeet on her face one more time before I get the marriage annulled.
Yeah, break it off.
Yeah.
I mean, however you gonna do it, at least end it with leaving.
Right.
I know that's pretty graphic. If people watch the show, I'd be like, but you got to understand how my mind works. Like, I'm not truly a vengeful man. Like, I'm not a vengeful person. I'm really not. But I do have that element about me like every other human being on the planet. Every human being has the potential to be vengeful. Yeah. And I am no different. I can get just as petty and spiteful as everyone else. And I find out you do some shit like that to me, yeah, I downplay it. And, I strike when you least expect it. That's the type of shit. Because that's clearly wrong. You don't text. You shouldn't be texting nobody. You shouldn't
goodbye.
I mean, let's
it's your ex, shouldn't you have said goodbye a long time ago when y'all broke it off? Like,
that's the whole point.
Why are you saying goodbye now? That's
my whole thing. But look, you shouldn't.
She had to be in contact with him.
Yeah, exactly.
You shouldn't even be talking or considering marriage if y'all haven't been completely transparent with each other. Completely. I mean, like I'm not gonna go into detail about the stuff me and my wife talked about before we got married, but we had some conversations, and I had to be truthful about what I was doing when we broke up all those times, and like, this is exactly what I was doing. Now, you still want to marry me? Because it wasn't cheating. We weren't together. You know what I mean? It's like, but I'm gonna be truthful and tell you the truth about it all, because if we're gonna make this so-called lifetime commitment, then we got to throw all the cards on the table.
She was definitely being selfish.
She's being selfish and I can't say that word.
She's selfish. So
selfish and disrespectful.
Are you gonna think? Did you think about what? She don't care. I don't think she cared about what she felt like her dude would feel about that situation. Nope. Because the fact that she trying to skate away like she don't feel like she did anything wrong.
Right. Yeah, that's that accountability again.
Yeah, up there talking, and then she tried to rally other females in.
Right?
By saying, "Oh my,
they'll support her too.
Yeah, support her so we all know who not to mess with.
Right.
Like, though they the same way too. I would call them selfish and had issues too, because why are you getting in a new thing and you ain't got the old thing out your system, or cut ties before you get into something else.
Right.
Exactly.
She should never say yes if she still didn't have closure.
Selfish.
Bingo.
Selfish.
That right there. Do not give out false commitments.
Right.
It's called a commitment for a reason. You're supposed to commit to it.
You can say no.
Yes.
No matter if you in front of 100 people and all his family, your family.
She should have said no
before
it even got to the altar.
That's what I was about to say.
That's what I mean. Like when he proposed, like even if it's in front of her family and his family, like if it ain't right, it ain't right.
Truthfully, she shouldn't have been in another relationship.
Yeah.
I was about to say she ain't wifey material. I'm gonna just go on and say it. You ain't wifey material.
It sounds like she's still hoping for.
Yeah,
she's still hoping for her ex to.
That's what I'm saying. That's what make you not wifey material.
Yeah, that's why I said it sounds like a last call text.
Yeah, she belonged to that nigga.
Yeah,
obviously.
And I'm being judgmental. When I say that.
He got her mind still, because he's still on it.
Yeah.
The fact that she feel like she care, and that he might even care enough to where she felt like she had to do that. Well, why?
She probably, I don't know. She's probably one of those women that want that dramatic part of the wedding where if anyone has anything to say, speak now or forever hold your peace. No, that's my girl, man. I still love her. Oh, he still loves me. I'm sorry. I got to go with him.
She playing. It's damn near playing games. Like you playing
both
games.
Both of y'all would have got jumped. You ain't gonna make it out this.
I paid all this money for
all
this
shit. Money I paid. Both of y'all about to get jumped.
I'll say this, man. If she thinks that she's trying to get a good marriage, like you making it increasingly hard if he stays, because now he got to figure out if he gonna trust you or not.
Well, yeah. If it's your ex, it's your ex for a reason. You're not with them for a reason. I mean, whether you had a good breakup or not, it's not the point. It's like we're not together because this didn't line up. This didn't sync. We didn't sync in this area. We didn't click in this area, which is why it was a deal breaker, which is why we're not together. So therefore, I have to go focus on this new thing. And that's why closure is very important.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to obtain that prior to seeking new experiences.
Yeah.
You're supposed to have that prior to, and not, hey, I'm going to get this closure while I'm already misleading this new person I'm with, having this person think I'm really with them, but in all reality, I'm secretly pining for the last little thing I had because I ain't completely over it.
Right.
And it's like, you're right. People are selfish.
It's like
they're just selfish.
It's like Dario said. He said in a voice note in the group message, like the dude still got her mind. He just wasn't material for her to marry. So the other dude is, but her mind is not really.
Either that or he didn't want to marry her.
Right.
It's probably that.
Right.
I don't know. It's
humble. You got some thinking to do.
Thinking.
I wouldn't have no thinking.
I was about to say, I'm like, brother, it's already over.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, man, you need to make. You got a decision.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by thinking. You got a decision to make.
I got you. I guess my mind is already made up. Like,
look,
yeah, because that sounds like it's doomed.
That's
already,
a deal breaker.
So
look, I already said from the top of this before you can even got done saying what the story is. I said absolutely not. Well, I can't expect other people. I can't expect other people to do what I would do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got a choice to make. You gonna stay with this chick? It's like what you gonna do about that? That's not a great start, and it's a super duper big ass red flag.
Yeah. That's it. And Yeah, that's how can I put that? It is definitely a red flag, but I don't mean to be a broken record. Y'all should have already had this shit figured out prior.
Yeah.
I'm sorry because
The
I don't
foundation
like
ain't there.
that's it. And I don't like to say I'm the most communicative person in the world, but I'm real big on communication. I'm
Yeah.
real big
Yeah.
on hey, we need to
Talk about
because I
yeah.
don't huh?
Yeah. I'm just agreeing with you were saying
Oh, I'm
about the
just
communication.
I don't like not having direction. You know,
Mhm.
I don't like what the fuck are we doing? You know, we
Right.
make jokes where women, you know, we always make jokes about women be like, "What are we? But it's like they don't be wrong when they ask that because
Yeah.
they like, "I need clarity, motherfucker. What are we
Right.
doing?
What's going
Am
on
I
here?
fucking you
Right.
or do I need to go somewhere
Right.
else?" You know what I'm saying? And there's
Right.
nothing wrong with that. So I know as men we crack a lot of jokes about that, but it's like they're not wrong for
Yeah, they
saying
not
that. It's
wrong.
like
Because even more so for them, because time is very valuable. Even more so for women.
exactly.
Right. Right.
So
Especially if they're trying to
like,
start a
yeah,
family.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So no, they're not wrong for saying that, and that's one thing, and I'll give credit to I'll give credit to the women and not this woman in particular, fuck her, but I give credit to the women where it's an area where men we got to stop, we got to stop playing with their hearts, as they
Mhm.
used to say back in the day, like don't be out here breaking these young girls'
And
hearts.
time.
Now, our times have changed, and
Don't
these
play with
ain't
their time.
don't play with their time. But I'm just gonna call it what it is. I mean, the shit you see on the internet, those are not the best representation or batch of women to pick from.
Yeah,
No.
not at all.
It's the ones that's not on the internet
Right.
that got good common sense.
Right.
I mean, nothing's absolute, so I'm not saying every girl that's not on the internet is the one for you. No, that's not what I'm saying. But
Nah.
you have a better
Absolutely not.
chance
Yeah.
with the ones that's not popping ass and
I
showing their
mean,
goods and
this whole thing is questionable because why you can get on the internet and
yeah.
ask this question?
Well, that's why you really, I'm with you
She's
because
trying
I
to get
can't
some
believe.
support for her
I mean,
Like,
not taking accountability.
why would you get on the internet and put all this out?
That's why she asking ladies. She
Shame.
trying to get
Again.
some
look,
trying to get some support
look.
because she knows she wrong.
Yeah, she wrong. She try to rally. That's what
Yeah,
these girls.
exactly.
That's what
Try to
these.
rally support.
That's I got a question. Is she really out here trying to rally people, rally other women, and they really that dysfunctional out here, or is they
Oh
be making up lies and shit for the
no,
internet? Cause
it's a
it has,
mixture of both.
cause half of the
Mhm.
stuff on the internet would be lying. It's not
Yeah,
even
they just
real.
put it for conversation.
Yeah. Oh, but it come from a place of, in other words, even if it starts off fake, it becomes real because people see it and they mimic it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
So it's like you're bringing reality to life, or you're bringing a fairy tale to life,
Yeah.
where it's like, hey, you see this ignorant shit right here, and because they see it, they imitate it because they think, oh well, look, people are actually doing this, so I can do it. And now you fucking up the matrix because it's like, bitch, this shit didn't exist for real. It exists now because they put it out here, and y'all so stupid and gullible to follow this shit and not use the common sense that God was supposed to have given you. But I think humans are just getting dumber. So that's just me.
I agree.
That don't make no sense.
I very much agree.
You said I agree.
I very much agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, listen, man. I just said, and I said it in the group message, man. People they don't be fixing their issues, and then they be getting in situations, man. It don't make no sense. This shit don't make no sense. Ain't no reason to text dude.
Yeah.
No. I'm telling you. Me and my wife sat down and had that conversation many, many years ago. I mean, many moons ago, in terms of she, when we were young, you got to remember, we met each other 18, 19 years old. I had some girls' numbers in my phone. She had some guys' numbers in her phone. When we decided that we gonna get serious, them numbers had to get deleted
Yep.
on both sides. And
Yeah.
that's exactly what took place. Because you have to make a decision.
Yeah.
If this is what I'm gonna do, if this is the person I'm rocking with, then hey, they got to go. And I know, but see, you gotta think, that was almost 20 years ago. And
Climate
people in
different.
this day and age, exactly. People in this day and age, they too selfish to do that. I'm not deleting nobody out of my phone because it's me. It's about me. It's not about how my partner feels. It's not about being considerate towards them, which is why you will forever be alone. Because you're inconsiderate and you're selfish as shit and you only care about you, which is why you're only going to have you in the end.
And being secretive about, being sly and secretive, because it's either she done been having, she probably been talking to the dude, man, like been in contact somehow, and the other dude probably didn't know.
I'm pretty confident he didn't know. Because if you marry her knowing all of this shit, then
that's on him. That's on him. Because you chose. See, if she said that she's been in contact with dude, and he still chose,
right.
That's his choice.
Then it ain't on her; it's on him.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But by his action, which is cutting the shit short,
the honeymoon short,
and coming back
makes
home,
you think,
he felt something.
Right.
He felt a way about that, as he should.
I have to say, us three brothers on this show, we agree that we wouldn't stand or tolerate that shit. So, but again, we all from a different era too. So we don't really get down with all this new school shit, which is why,
Boy, where the shame at? Where the loyalty at?
There go that word again, that shame. That's why I said, I admit I talk out of both sides of my mouth. People need to be shamed, but I am not one of those people that can be shamed because I'm not out here acting like that. And I'm not saying I'm the best person, Do I do shameful shit?
I make a mistake.
Not really.
I make a mistake, and like y'all came and told me, "No, man, that ain't it." See, that's how us dudes we kind of we correct ourselves.
Yeah.
In our circle by shaming each other, but it's not
accountable.
That's how we hold each other accountable. It ain't like super shame, but we egg on each other like, nigga, what the fuck are you doing there?
That ain't it, right?
You are fucking up, boy.
And we straighten up,
right?
That way, you know what I mean? But we lacking that part in society.
It's like the girls there ride with each other, wrong or dead wrong.
Yep. And they're not helping each other out doing that.
They're not helping. Yeah, that's not helpful.
Yeah, man, it's not. And I just think when you speak about society, I just think we need more beatings.
Beatings.
Yeah, I think
you might want to clarify that.
Yeah, right.
Pain is the best teacher. I'm being vague.
You can get pain a different way than have to physically.
I'm being vague on purpose so you can accuse me of being whatever the fuck you want. I don't care.
I wouldn't say pain is the best teacher.
No. No. I stand by that shit.
Well,
how do you know not to touch the stove? Pain, motherfucker. When that shit is hot, you don't touch that motherfucker again.
I'm saying just because like my older brothers and stuff, they got whooped and all that shit, and they kept doing what they was doing.
I'm talking about for most people.
Yeah.
I'm talking about for most folks.
Yeah, your brothers might have been wired a little different.
Yeah, they wired a little different.
That's what I'm saying. But some people, it don't work for them.
To 17's point he's making, it's scientifically proven that sometimes that pain teaches lessons and people respect. That's why they respect death. Two things people gonna respect, especially in this society now, is money and violence.
Yeah.
Because people respect the violence because of the pain that's gonna come behind the violence.
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily got to put hands on somebody, but him bagging up could possibly be like brain pain because she thought it was gonna go one way and she thinking that what she doing is the right way, and then she find out that he leaving. It might bring pain. It might not. She might not give a fuck.
Yeah.
So I don't know. All I know is, man, I ain't gonna tell somebody what they should do because I don't know what he gonna do. But it couldn't be me. It's over.
No, I mean, you can say T stay
That's
on.
over.
T stay on, but come on, man. Like, has some self respect for yourself. I don't care how much you love the girl, because you're right. You're absolutely right. You know, couldn't be me. T stay on, because there's no fucking way in hell I will be alone before I sit up here. If I have to choose between being alone or being with somebody who ain't fully committed to me, I'll be alone.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that, it's saying like I'm an advocate for being alone. I'm a married man, and you know,
It's a couple of reasons.
I'm saying nobody wants to fucking die alone, but at the
Nah.
same time, I'm not finna tolerate no bullshit. You know that? No, let me take that back. Because I have to clarify this, because that's another thing we have a problem with in our society. People think this shit's supposed to be all peaches and rainbows and shit. No, you will tolerate some bullshit in your marriage. That's just how it works. You will have to do it.
And in relationship, period.
Yes, people be thinking that you
gonna
don't.
be ups and downs, and that's the part that's you're going to have to deal with ups and downs and stuff. Like, you can't bag out because it's convenient to do. You got to work through the hardship. That's the only reason. That's the only way you're gonna build something stable.
Exactly.
Let me play devil's advocate real quick. Let me go to Terry's corner. What about the women that's gonna say, I'm single till I'm married?
I don't have
single
nothing
till you
positive
married.
to say about that.
Okay. When you get into a committed relationship, what do you call that? What makes it committed?
According to them, they still single. They just
I
dating.
believe she's one of those ones.
Yeah. We just dating.
Cause what was that she said at the end? At that
something about. What was it? Something about insensitive
closure for my
nostalgia.
No, it's something like closure for my from my single life.
My single life, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So she must be
she one of those.
She one of those. I'm single till I'm married. That's the narrative that's being pushed these days.
Go ahead, dog. Go ahead. Go ahead. Because I think the relationship part really should be a precursor to what the marriage is, what we building on going towards the marriage. If you acting like that, go ahead. Because the foundation is already messed up. Because you thinking like that, you're not thinking togetherness. What we building here? And then you up here talking, and then you up here texting, dude, like, come on. If the shoe's on the other foot, would she be saying the same? Oh, he's single. He could text whoever he want to.
Right. Yep.
I doubt it.
Hell no.
I doubt it. I doubt she would be like, yeah, he's single. You do what he want to do. No, we can't. You be mad at him, depending on how toxic you are.
Right.
You probably busting windows out his car, flatting tires.
I'm pretty sure they was engaged for a while too. So even though they engaged, he can still until that date get here. I could hit everything moving, right?
For guys that
until we jump the broom,
right? For guys that's healed and not toxic,
right?
These are things that you should look at right here. This is stuff you should look at. This is how they acting. They acting like this. Like, stay far away from shit like this.
When you hear certain things,
back away.
Cold words to
when you hear them talk about I'm single until the ring on my finger, stay away. She ain't healed yet because she's still hurt. She's saying that I guarantee you, she either got hurt
Right.
That's why she's saying that shit. She learned that from being hurt, or she done learned that from a hurt ass grandmama or grandmama or mama.
Or when they say date them all or some shit like that.
Stay
Date
away
them all
from
till
it.
you married. How the fuck you gonna get married if you dating everybody? That shit don't even sound right. Who gonna marry you? You still fucking with 5 other niggas.
A man ain't gonna. A man that's
Who
trying
gonna
to be
propose to you?
a man that want to marry you, that want to build something, not gonna go with you with all of that.
Right.
You're not gonna deal with you.
Yeah.
I don't know what they be thinking, man.
I don't know who.
I don't know what they thinking.
What you got on your mind, man?
Nothing to say. Nothing good to say.
Nothing good to
I already
say.
said I don't have nothing positive to say because
None of-
I don't want to tarnish the reputation I already built up when I said I don't want to speak ill of our sisters, with the last one, and then I hear this crazy shit, and I'm just like, you know what?
And you
Y'all make it hard.
look, man.
Y'all make it difficult.
Look,
Y'all
man.
make it hard. That's all I'm saying.
Who else to have criticism but the ones that's in the culture?
I agree.
Because this shit ain't making no sense. This is why this shit is all over the place and not good now, man. Because all this little culture they got going on is crazy shit. Like,
it's not good. It's not
look,
good for.
I've seen stuff on the internet, and this is sort of unrelated, but I've seen stuff on the internet because some idiot said it to me. Basically, just because you're a person who's been in a committed relationship or you're married or whatever, don't mean that you have the best advice to give people who are trying to aspire to get to that. And I'm thinking in my mind, okay, you entitled to have that opinion. But in my mind is, if I want to have a conversation about marriage, the fuck I look like talking to somebody who ain't never been married? The fuck I look like talking to somebody who been single and whose longest relationship is 2-3 months? The fuck I look like listening to you? You don't know a motherfucking thing about commitment or long term. You don't know shit about loyalty. You don't know shit about going through ups and downs and hard times. You don't know what it's like to stand 10 toes down with a motherfucker who you say you committed to when you having second thoughts about thinking about dipping the fuck out, and you really putting yourself in question. Like you rethinking every fucking decision you've ever made. Like, am I fucking up? What's going on? If you ain't been in those trials and tribulations, that you ain't with the right motherfucker. That's all I'm saying.
The only way,
that's from my perspective.
I say this in regards to what that person said to you. The only way they could be right, and the only way I could see them saying that is because they seen some people that was married that wasn't supposed to be.
Granted,
like
that happens.
Like somebody that did it because they was pressured to do it. They didn't really want to get married, but they did. And it's dysfunctional. It's a dysfunctional marriage. It was dysfunctional beforehand, but it's got is still dysfunctional why they got married. And no, you can't take no advice from them. But you can learn from anybody. You really can learn from anybody. You can learn from them not to be that way.
Right. Because that still doesn't take away from the fact they still know what it's like to be married.
Yeah.
Versus somebody who's never done it. No matter how good or bad the marriage wound up,
they've got some experience with
That's what I was about to say.
And
they still have experience with going through it, the process anyway.
The thing about advice is not stone cold.
That's true. Nothing's
you
absolute.
You could take it with a grain of salt. And it might work for you and it might not. But it's there for you.
Yes. But this person
Go ahead.
This person was basically just completely discounting the fact that when I made a general statement with saying, it'll be 19 years this year that I've been with my wife. This will be our 9th year of marriage, but 19 years together. And I just, like I've said on the show a million fucking times, I'm like, man, look, me and my wife, I mean, y'all, everybody don't know that, but you guys know that. I mean, we very open with each other. We're very open and honest about what it is, you know. And there be some days where we ain't feeling each other worth a damn. It's like, you know what, man, fuck off, man. You know what I'm saying? And it goes both ways. She does the same shit to me where I might have a stretch where I'm fucking up and don't realize it. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be like, oh, well, shit, I didn't know this was affecting you like that. You know what I'm saying? Until you told me. And now I know, so I got to do something about it because I love and care about you and I care about how you feel. So I got to try to fix this shit. And it goes the other way around. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not, that's what I say. When you get married, there are certain red lines that should be crossed. Should you be abusing your spouse? Hell fucking absolutely not. You know, verbally or physically. You shouldn't be doing either one.
I'm not married.
Right.
I've been in relationships, and I learned a lot from all of them. One thing I've learned, like you said, of course you shouldn't be beating your wife, and your wife shouldn't be doing something to you. That's because a healthy relationship and a healthy marriage period have boundaries. It's healthy to have them.
Yeah.
Look, I've heard from people who married. I've heard from people who counsel people who married. Look, man, a marriage, like, okay. What's the lady name I told you? There's a lady on YouTube. She's like anyway, she was saying that she was talking to Chrissy Teigen. Chrissy Teigen had a podcast. She had her on her podcast because Chrissy Teigen has a thing where she cares a whole lot about what other people think about her, and it affect her a great deal. And she don't want to pass that on to her kids and stuff like that. It bothers her a lot. And she told her, she was like, who's the person that you care about, what they like care about the most or whatever? And she said John Legend's her husband, right? She said, you don't think he doesn't have anything negative to think about you? She said, absolutely not. She said, I beg to differ. I say all that to say this. It's not this thing where it's super perfect. You going to get on each other's nerves.
Right.
Man. Now look, before you go any further, I want to ask y'all, because we got to wrap up soon.
Yeah.
We actually already passed the point.
Absolutely.
We already passed it.
We done it too.
Yeah, that's what I said.
It's going to be
pretty much already. It's going to be, so anyhow, here's what I want to ask y'all, because I got my own opinion on it, but I want to see where y'all stand on it, on the term itself. We all know about being in long-term relationships, whatever and whatnot. Here's a controversial word outside of the word submissive. What do you think about the terms settling? Do people settle in relationships?
Do people settle?
Yes.
Or I got a question then.
In some form, and not just saying I'm settling for this
do they settle,
terrible person.
Do they settle, or do they settle, or do they compromise?
It could be either one. It could be because somebody will look at something. So we might see the same thing and might think two different things about it. Just that's like people who read the Bible. They got their own interpretations of it.
So what's the difference?
When you're compromising, it's like, hey, you want to do this, I don't want to do it, but I'm going to do it because you want me to do it, because this will make you happy. Settling is more so, I don't know. I look at settling like
compromising. I would think will mean, okay, I will take how your feelings and things to consideration, and I will go your way, or and think and try to move with you in that way, and go just take how your feelings and things and put in consideration over what I may think.
Right.
Settling is, I would think, where you just neglecting everything that disregard your feelings 100%, I guess.
So what do you call
Settling will be a series of not taking what you feel in consideration, I guess.
Okay. I could see some version of that. So what do you call it when your partner has habits or attributes that you don't like, but you're willing to overlook them and look past it? You call that a form of settling or compromise?
If they have
parts or traits, a part of their personality, things they do that you don't particularly necessarily care for. He's like, I don't really like that, but I'm looking at the bigger picture. Like, I want you overall, but some shit you do irritates the fuck out of me, and I don't like it. So is that a form of settling?
I think that's compromise. That might be compromise, because at this point you already know what they do. You know what they do, but it don't get on your
just
way.
Acceptance or something.
Yeah. You compromise when you accept it, kind of like.
Yeah.
It don't get in your. It's not a deal breaker though.
Right. So that's the proper term. That's the part that's the word I left out on purpose, because I wanted to see where we get there, and we did.
Right.
Deal breaker.
I'm saying
so settling is the deal breaker. You taking a deal breaker. You like you in series of things. You keep taking deal breakers.
I can't say settling is a deal breaker, because if it's a deal breaker, it's a deal breaker.
What I'm trying to say is settling.
Yeah, settling seems like
it's a deal.
You got a certain standard.
Like you can have better.
You accept something below that standard.
Exactly. That's okay. So I'm saying, if you love a person, you can. This is what I'm saying. This is the beauty and the most ugly parts of a relationship or a marriage, because me and my wife love each other, no doubt. But she's told me to her face, "Oh, there's people better than you out there." I've told her the same shit. So at what point, where there's better, there's better out there, but yet you still choose to remain with this person? Is that settling, or is that a compromise?
It's better in how? That's the question.
Saying,
no,
that's
the question.
the thing, because you haven't really experienced the other person to really know that they're better.
That's what exactly. That's why I'm asking.
That's why I'm saying I'm not going to get. I'm not going to talk about my situation or get into specifics.
No. I'm not asking you to get in specific. See, the reason I ask is because it's like better how. Like her said, she ain't met everybody. So what she would go off with, let's take her off, and let's say somebody else say this.
Right.
So a woman.
I was just using that as an example.
Yeah, I know you can't go in the details, so I'm going to replace her with someone else saying this. So if somebody else said that, it's better people out here. Better how? Because you don't know them.
Exactly.
So that means better at what? Good looking? Better,
I'm saying
what? Job wise? Better what? Because you could get with this what seemed to be better, like they say. Yeah, the grass look green on the side, and it's not. And it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, these outside things is what you think is better. What's the inside? And look, I know women be having delusion about how they look to their man, like, oh, I'm the best shit he ever seen. We know it's supermodel ass.
It's a lot of people.
To put it in terms of some of these niggas would say, there's some badass bitches out here. But that don't mean they the right one.
Right.
That don't mean they the right one. And that don't mean y'all compatible.
Right.
That's a big part. So I'm saying because this is coming, and what I'm speaking from now is it's not, because I just gotta preface this for the audience. I'm not talking about myself. I'm not talking about my marriage. I'm saying people come from the perspective. This is what makes the shit so complex. People can come from the perspective of, you've heard this term too. Well, women say this, and some niggas say this too. What one nigga won't do, another one will. Right?
Mm-hmm.
This is where I think this settling bullshit stems from. Because you think that if you don't get all of your needs or wants met, you think you're settling. And what I'm trying to squash, what I'm trying to eradicate is nobody's going to meet all of your wants and fucking needs.
Your needs.
It's not going to happen
unless you buy a slave girl or something.
That's what I'm saying.
And even as that's so, she's doing it off a slave or somebody to do something right there.
Right.
It's not genuine.
It's not their will. You take their will away and you're making them do this. Do you want somebody who just like yes all the time?
So that's even boring. That wouldn't meet your needs, because you'd be like,
exactly.
That's boring.
That's
want some pushback.
That's the beauty.
Fire.
That's the beauty. Why we have some differences.
Right.
Yes.
It's like
I just had to bring that up, man, because I see this conversation come up so much about, well, I'm settling or this person, but in all reality, it's like compatibility should be at the top of your list, because you can love a person, but if we ain't compatible, because I've seen this in real life, I've seen this and in my family where two people love each other, they're willing to, they take a bullet for this motherfucker, but they're not compatible. Like, I love this person, but we just don't mesh. You know what I'm saying? And that's humanly possible. Where it's like, I love you from a distance. I love you because I ain't gonna let nobody fuck with you. But we can't be together because we just don't. We don't line up. We ain't in sync. And it causes arguments and whatever and whatnot. And I love you more. I love you enough to rather just back away. You know what I'm saying? And love you from a distance. This is what I'm saying. I've seen this in real life. So people with this settling shit, where I see these delusional women, I'm not settling. And it's like, listen, I don't care what nobody say. We all settle in whatever form you want to call it. You settle, you compromise, in other words, you ain't gonna get everything you want.
No matter who you
with.
No matter who the fuck you with.
But the thing is, you gotta compromise. It's either three things you're gonna do. You gonna settle, you gonna compromise, or you gonna set the bar so high.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna never have nobody.
The third one.
You ain't gonna have nobody.
The third one. That's the shit they own. That's like, where the Delulu come from.
Exactly. Yeah. Because they will set it up like, I deserve, like that shit they always say, 100, making over 100K, making all that. They setting up, a lot of these women set that bar up high, and that's not even for them, because that dude don't even want them back.
Absolutely not.
So you either gonna settle, you either gonna compromise with somebody who's worth doing the compromising, or you gonna set the bar so fucking high that you ain't never gonna meet anybody. Nobody ever gonna meet these standards. They too fucking high. And it's funny because, how much do a carpenter make? What's the salary of a carpenter?
They probably over 100K.
100K. Oh shit!
I'm just thinking.
If it is,
guessing.
If it is, well, they would love Jesus, because he was a carpenter. that was perfect. You probably gonna get.
Can y'all still hear me?
I can hear you, but you froze.
Yeah, my camera fucked up. We just gonna wrap the show. That was very long conversation, and this episode was a lot longer than we anticipated. I mean, we literally talked about it before we started, and
we still there's a lot to unpack.
But we also kept on stopping and stuff. So
well, look,
anyway,
we'll just we'll see y'all next week. We had some technical problems today too, and a whole bunch of shit went wrong, but we'll get it good. You know,
But it's still here.
yeah, we're
it's still coming to you.
We're still here. And again, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you watch this damn long. We definitely appreciate you if you watch this damn long.
You're a real one.
Yeah, you definitely a real one. So the show it'll be back out at a decent regularly scheduled time instead of the delayed one we had this week. We had some technical problems. Well, I had some technical problems. So
We had some.
we'll see y'all next week. Salute to y'all. Y'all be safe out there. Definitely be safe out there. Make sure you hug and kiss the people you love, because you never know. You just never know. So,
Yeah.
peace out. Y'all be smooth.
Peace.
Jeez.